All right, well, moving on to our segment on this podcast called You Haven't Seen What?, where we challenge each other to watch movies. I was challenged this past week to watch Guy Ritchie's
This is going to work out
Snatch.
perfect.
And Brian was too tired last night to watch it with me. He's an old grandpa who goes to bed early, so I went home and watched it alone. And I enjoyed myself very much. It is I felt like it was like, this is rookie Guy Ritchie, but not in a bad way. Like, you can tell it has his same identity that all his other films have, but it's him kind of finding his way as a director almost. And I don't know, was this his first directorial?
Let me look. I don't believe so, but let me look.
But this was obviously a while ago. This was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So you can tell he was starting to develop his identity during this movie, and it's almost like this is what was it, and then he like mastered it with
it was his second. The first one was Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Oh, yeah. I need to watch that too. But
this was 20 years ago, 2000.
It's totally a Guy Ritchie film, and you would think, like, if I didn't know this movie existed, I would say it would be so perfect if Jason Statham was in a Guy Ritchie movie, and he is in a Guy Ritchie movie, but I honestly expected it's a Jason Statham I'm not used to, he's kind of like maybe like he was like the Matthew McConaughey of this movie from the Gentleman, and he was not a fighter or anything. He was just a guy who's like not betting, but like he runs the illegal boxing matches and all that stuff. So he wasn't like his normal Jason Statham self, which was fine because it was a different character. He was a lot younger and things like that. I didn't know what to expect. So the only thing I've seen was like the cover of the main poster, right, where they're all standing together. And it's called Snatch. So I thought it was a heist movie. And
that's what I thought it was.
There's
I would have
certain
been like,
elements to it that are heisty, but it's not a heist movie. And it's totally told in that Guy Ritchie way, where we were just talking about with Birds of Prey, where like they're telling the story one way and then they re-show it and from different angles, from different perspectives. And
like The Gentleman.
Do you remember the car scene in Snatch?
Yes.
Where like they're driving and the milkshake hits the thing and then you're like, what just happened? But then they show it from like 4 different perspectives.
Yep.
That was hilarious. What the hell kind of accent was Brad Pitt doing? What the hell was that? I'm not saying it was bad, but
where is it from?
Alright, so they even say when they introduce him, they say it's not Irish, it's not British.
Oh, that's right.
Is it Mickey is his name?
I think it's Mickey, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
They're like, and before we meet him, they're like, I gotta tell you about his accent. It's not British, it's not Irish, it's just Mickey. And I'm like, what?
Mickey O'Neill.
That's their way of explaining how, because he was probably trying to do a British accent and he couldn't get it just right. Brian, you have to watch it just to see Brad Pitt do this accent. It is hilarious, and the thing is, they're self-aware of it. So that's, if they were trying to play it seriously, like he's doing a British accent, I'd be like, no.
Did you put the subtitles on?
Yes.
You needed them, right?
Yes. And so I did that, and I was so glad you mentioned that, because I could kind of hear what they're saying, but I just want to know exactly what they're saying. And there's British slang that we have no idea what it means, so it was very helpful to have that. Overall, it's not my favorite Guy Ritchie movie. I do think he's gotten a lot better as a director.
He's clean. He's crisped up his filmmaking.
But I'm so glad he made this movie, because it was this. I don't know. Well, I haven't seen Lock, Stock, and whatever.
Two Smoking Barrels.
But like this added to him becoming the director he is today. So I really appreciate it, and it is a fun movie. It's not as like cohesive as a lot of his other movies. Like I love the Benicio del Toro character, and it's like I was following him, like, all right, cool, and then it's like, okay, so it's like you think people are the main character, but they're not, and it's like, who is the main character in this movie? There really isn't one.
No,
in a way,
not at all.
It's just like a whole series of events happening, and it was really. I love how Brad Pitt. I guess it's kind of a spoiler, but it's not really too bad. How he's supposed to, because so they're betting on the boxing matches, and he's supposed to keep losing in the 4th round, and he's not having that. And man, knocking out people with one punch, like
what's funny, yesterday I was just scrolling through my Twitter, and one of my followers, or maybe someone retweeted it, they posted a GIF of Brad Pitt in the ring from Snatch. I was like, what a coincidence! Like someone just threw this up on their timeline.
It was like, this was definitely like him getting ready for Fight Club.
Yes, yes.
I couldn't stop thinking about Fight Club when I was watching this movie. But overall,
actually, I think this came out after Fight Club.
Did it?
I'm pretty sure. Let me see.
I think
he might have
was early 2000s.
No, this is 99. He did these back to back. Fight Club, then
wow.
Snatch. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But we also don't know when they were filmed.
True.
They could have been filmed different times, but they came out back-to-back years.
I mean, they were filmed pretty close together.
Yes.
That's weird because I thought Brad Pitt looks a little bit older in
maybe they made him look like that on purpose.
Probably.
They might have made him look like that on purpose.
It was funny. It was totally a Guy Ritchie movie. Like, he does that thing where, like, Brad Pitt has his crew of friends behind him, and they're all just like, "Hey, man!" And, like,
so good.
And they do that. He does that in every movie. He has a crew like that in every movie. And the guys, when they're in the car, and he's like, "Oh, he's a good driver," and then he like backs up into the van. I'm like, those type of things are just hilarious scenes. So I really enjoyed it. Maybe I don't know. I was expecting it to be like this like major classic. Like, I thought I was gonna like it more, but I still really enjoyed it.
It's good. I'm sure Keith's gonna be glad to hear that. So
Yeah.
we all are. Gio's
is the one.
Gio,
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that because I think Snatch is one of. I like it a lot more than some Guy Ritchie movies. So
really,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
for sure. Well, with that being said, I'm going to be challenging Keith this week. I have a couple movies in mind that I want him to watch, but we're no longer doing it that way. All four of us.
We're making it more interesting.
All four of us are going to submit something that Keith is going to choose at random. So, Keith, if you're watching this still, we're coming for you, man. You're going to be watching, hopefully, a great movie.
Yeah, and he won't
week.
draw out of the hat like he did last week because he's not here today. He'll just we'll find a way for him to randomly choose
do
one.
Like with Brian, so you'll name them randomly.
Yes,
and have him choose
and he'll choose a number,
before.
and then he'll be reviewing that next week.
And then,
Yeah,
So he'll pick mine. It's rigged. So yeah.